Yo, what's going on? Kamikaze Soundwaves, man. Got a story for you. So about 2 years ago, something like that, maybe close to 3 at this point. Long story short, we ended up switching over from Sprint to AT&T. Now this is right around the time when AT&T acquired DirecTV. So anyway, we sat down, we heard their pitch, and they wanted to offer us DirecTV into our bill, and I'm like, I don't really know. Nobody really wants to watch TV. My wife really wanted the TV, for the cable for DirecTV, and I'm like, you know what? Fuck it, whatever. It seemed like it was still a pretty good deal with how many phone lines that we were getting and the minutes, etc., etc. Cool, whatever. We ended up getting DirecTV. So what happened next was obviously they needed to come and install the DirecTV. Now, in order to have DirecTV, you know, you gotta have the dish and all that bullshit. They sent the person over to install our cable boxes and our dish. And I know the day, I know the time, just patiently waiting, and then finally you hear the ding dong at the fucking door. And cool, I go to open the fucking door. And there's this tall black dude, and he looks like his 2 favorite hobbies in life are doing fucking crack and chewing on metal. His teeth are all fucked up. His pants are completely ripped where you can see his underwear. He is completely just like, looks like he has literally just came from smoking, God knows, so much fucking crack. Anyway, I don't usually judge a book by its cover. I'm usually thinking, hey, you know, maybe he's had a rough day. Maybe he was working really hard all day. Maybe he's used to smoke some crack or do some meth, and maybe he's a good person now. I mean, he's being hired by DirecTV, right? But you know these fucking people who come from DirecTV and Time Warner, which is now Spectrum. Don't even get me started on Spectrum. Those fucking idiots. They're all contractors and shit, so they don't really necessarily work for the fucking company. But I thought, you know, hey, maybe this guy just had a fucking long day working. You know, it is what it is. But the guy was a super nice guy. Introduced himself, was talking to me, and I'm like, man, he's a nice fucking guy, you know? You know, appearances aren't everything. So he goes outside, he hooks up the satellite on top, then he comes inside, and he has to hook up all the boxes, you know, through the jacks and all that stuff. In my room, in our bedroom, I had my PlayStation Vita was sitting by my side table along with my PSP. I didn't have a 3DS at the time, but that's where I used to keep it. But my PS Vita used to sit right there by the bed, so whenever I was feeling lazy, I just wanted to gain lane in the bed, I just pick it up and go with it. Now, he stole it, okay? He fucking stole it. And I know when he stole it after the fact, after I understood what he was doing. There was a cable box that we had 4 cable boxes, and one was in the living room, one was in our master bedroom, me and my wife's room, and then we put one in each of the kids' room. What he asked me to do is that he needed numbers off of the TV in the living room, which is really right next to our master bedroom. So I'm gonna tell you how quick and fast this fucking guy is. Fucking thief motherfucker, man. He would ask me to go in there and read some numbers off of the screen to him inside the master bedroom because he said he needed those numbers. Now he asked me to do that about 2 to maybe 3 times. So I go and do it, and during that time is a time that he must have took the PS Vita, and he was so quick that I had a little I had it sitting on my nightstand, and the nightstand was pushed against the wall. So in order for him to unplug it, he would have known, you know, to unplug it, find the cord, pull out the cord, wrap the whole thing up, and put it in his pocket. Because, I mean, he would have to have moved the furniture in order to get that plug out. In that time he was asking me to go and read the number off the screen, that's when the fucker stole it. Now, he also had to hook up all the other boxes in the house. I did follow the guy to a degree. There was a couple of times where I really wasn't watching him, because, like, you know, after I said he came in, I'm not gonna lie, I judged him immediately, which I shouldn't have. Actually, I take that back, I should have. But he was a super nice guy. I mean, the most friendliest person, I mean, period, that I've met in, you know, fucking ages. But, you know, crack will do that to you. Crack will make you the most fucking friendliest person on the planet. Not talking by experience, just talking by the fucking crackers down at the gas station who was asking me for fucking money. But, you know, he does his thing. He hooks up all his shit, etc., etc. He's working really hard now. I'm not going to say the guy was a slacker, man. He was really dedicated. He was really passionate about fucking hooking up cable and shit. At some point or another, now, this is the point that I don't know how he did it. Now, he stole the games out of my PS Vita boxes. I mean, I had so many other things that he could have took. I mean, I had all my games on my shelf, but he targeted my PS Vita games. Now, I'm not gonna see, I have my PS Vita games right here, okay? And the ones that he took, he didn't take Uncharted. He took Little Deviants. He took, well, Resistance. I don't know. Resistance wasn't it. He took the Resistance, Killzone was the one that was in it. He took PlayStation All-Stars. He didn't take the Final Fantasy X, but he took Spider-Man, but he did not take Injustice. So he knew what he was doing, man. Like, I mean, he took the fucking system, the cord, and the games. This fucker was slick, man. How the fuck he got the games out is beyond me, because I don't remember a time him being alone in the living room. Now, I know there was a time where he was alone in the bedroom, because I remember him specifically asking me to go in there and read numbers off the TV. Was that even really needed for him to do? No, I think maybe he was just fucking telling me I needed to do that so he could steal my fucking shit. I didn't even realize he stole the thing, man. The guy even was like, hey, man, I mean, like I said, the guy worked really, really hard. I felt that he worked really hard. And I was like, hey, man, do I need to sign something when he was all said and done? He's like, no, man, we're all gravy. Everything's good. But you know what, man? If you would like to throw me $20, you know, buy myself a sandwich on the way home or something like that, man, it'd be very much appreciated. And I'm like, yeah, man, I got you, dog, man. I appreciate that, man. I appreciate what you did. Okay, all right. So I paid this motherfucker $20 to do his job and steal shit from me, man. Fuck that guy. A couple days passed. I didn't even realize my shit was stolen because I don't play my PS Vita every day. I played it very randomly. One day I'm like, it's time for some fucking Vita. Okay, where the fuck's it at? Was I playing it somewhere? Did I leave it somewhere? Is it stuck between the couch? Did I fall asleep with it or something? Like I was laying on the couch one day. I can't fucking find it. It's nowhere to be found. I have looked and turned the house upside down. It's gone. It's fucking gone. Who was in my house recently? The fucking DirecTV guy. That is the only conclusion I can come up with because it was gone. It was gone at that point. It's not being found. It's gone. So me knowing that it's gone at this point, the guy even gave me his fucking personal phone number. He knew my phone number because he asked me to dial it or whatever. And I called him a couple times just to be like, hey man, fuck you, you motherfucker. But hey, he didn't answer the shit. Anyway, I fucking ended up calling DirecTV and I'm like, hey, DirecTV, somebody fucking stole my shit that you guys hired to come in my fucking house. Do you think DirecTV gave 2 squirts of piss that shit was stolen from me? Fuck no. Absolutely not. They did not. Oh my God. They did not give a fuck. Now I understand coming from another business point of view, oh, some guy just wants some money. And I get that. But I mean, there was nothing, I mean, absolutely nothing where they even gave the slightest hint of, well, I'm sorry about that. It was like, well, sir, things happen. I'm like, what do you mean fucking things happen? And you know what? Things will happen to you if you don't fucking pay attention to my fucking shit. Yeah, the fucking guy stole the shit. So I call DirecTV. Nobody does anything about it. Nobody gives a fuck. They're like, okay, well, if it's such a big deal, file a police report. Easy, gladly done. I go in and file a police report. Now, I don't understand the police got bigger fucking fish to fry. I mean, there's fucking, you know, all kinds of things going on in the world. The thing that they could give the fuck less about is this guy's PS Vita. Who gives a fuck about that? I understand there's so much things going on in the world. What's happening to me right now is just peanuts. Who gives a shit? But that is another fucking gripe that I have, that I fucking filed a police report. I had one police officer finally call me back after like a couple of weeks. And they're like, yeah, you see you filed a police report. We're just following up with it. I called back because I was busy. I was at work. They left a message. I called back like almost 10 times to that person's number. Just voicemail. And this is over a course of a couple of days. Because at this point, they're like, oh, this is this guy, fuck him. So I called DirecTV back. And I'm like, hey, yo, check it out. I filed the police report like you asked. I did exactly what you asked. So what are you going to do now? Well, your case has been elevated, sir. Okay. What the fuck does that mean? What the fuck does that mean? Does that mean you're going to investigate this guy? Or you're going to talk to him? Or disciplinary action? Well, it just means your case has been elevated. Well, what does that mean? It just means your case has been elevated. What does that fucking mean? Nothing. I asked several times. I explained to them how upset and angry I am that my personal property has been stolen from my home from one of your employees, and you're acting like you don't care. Well, I'm sorry. Have a good day, sir. And I was hung up on. At that point, look, I understood. I got the best of me. Somebody stole stuff from my house. It is what it is. No one cares. I get it. It's just, it is what it is at this point. I was pissed off, super pissed off. But you know, at the end of the day, I realized what I had is probably less important than probably what's going on in the world. But DirecTV, I tell you right now, they were so rude and terrible about inquiring anything about what happened. Now I understand there's probably people saying, oh, your people came in. Maybe that's a common thing. I don't know. Well, maybe they should probably do some background checks, but I understand they're contractors. They're not even really working for DirecTV. I fucking lost my PS Vita that I spent. I didn't buy it when it was out brand new. I wait till I got that first price drop, which I think it was like 180 after that point, I believe. Maybe more, maybe less, I can't remember. But I bought it brand new, it wasn't used. And then you know those fucking proprietary memory cards are fucking insanely expensive. I had a 64 memory card. But the biggest thing that pissed me off the most, I had so much saved game data on that shit. And so many games that I bought off the PlayStation Store for my fucking PS Vita. Ugh, fuck, man. That was a lot of money that I had in this thing. I know people are like, oh, some nerd's calling because he lost his Game Boy. No, that's not what the fuck it is. One of your fucking employees stole shit from my home, from my house. So from now on, when I have cable people come over, maintenance people come over, from anybody come over, I follow them and watch them like a hawk. And every time I have someone come into my home, then they're like, they kind of give me that look like, why is this guy fucking following me around everywhere I go? You know why? And I explained to them, this is what happened. I know maybe that's not you, but this happened to me before. So please understand that I am being cognizant and I'm being very, very cautious of everything that you do while you're in my home. And I will say that to everyone who's watching from now on, from this story. If it gives you any inspiration, if you're listening to it, please watch everyone that comes into your home. That motherfucker stole my PS Vita. Man, I fucking love that thing, man. And honestly, I kind of debated buying another one, but you know, it's just like that was my one. That was the one. I got a 3DS, the new 3DS, to kind of like fill that void, and it just never did. The PS Vita to me, I thought was amazing. I know it gets a lot of slack, but I really liked it. I like that you could do like the thing where I could play my PS4 while I was next to my PS4, like laying on the couch and shit. I thought that shit was so cool. And I mean, it had some really solid titles. I mean, some of the games that were on it were really cool. I mean, the touchscreen and the back screen, all touchscreen and stuff like that. The controls were actually super comfortable. For me, the 3DS, man, it just, I've got big hands. I mean, maybe they're not the biggest in the world or big, whatever, but those, to me, the 3DS is too small and it hurts my fingers to play anything on it. So I might get a new PS Vita in the future, but the whole moral to the story is, man, please be careful of anyone you let into your house. Don't trust anybody, man. I have been learning that lesson my entire life. Don't trust anyone for any reason. Everyone is the enemy until fuck it, you find out they are. I don't know if that's the right or wrong thing to say. But anyways, Kamikaze Soundwaves, a little story I like to tell, true shit. Yeah, fuck DirecTV and fuck that guy. Later.